What kind of martial art experience do you guys have?
Ooh.
I took about two, maybe 3 seasons of Tung Sudo. Which is like when like James Bond says, "Oh, I know a million martial arts specialties." that's one of that's in the 10,000s.
Nice.
What kind of martial art is that?
I don't know.
Japan
was involved.
I actually took. I don't know how long it was. When I was pretty young, I'm going to say somewhere around the 10 age, maybe a little younger. I took Taekwondo, and I managed to stay with it until I got the first belt promotion. And shortly after that, I stopped, which I actually regret because it was pretty cool. I don't know. I guess I was a dumb little kid and didn't act that interested, so my parents were like, "Yeah, we're not going to keep sending you."
Andrew?
Yeah, I took about a month of judo at the YMCA.
Oh. Well, together we would be almost a martial artist.
Yeah, I actually have.
No, we wouldn't. We would have like 4 months of experience.
Well,
but no, I studied under Sensei Brendlinger, a bunch of 10-year-old girls and 40-year-old men. I don't know what's going on.
I actually over the years have met a lot of people that are all the way up to black belt, whatever, including my friend Theo. He actually has, I think, 2 black belts or something like that. I don't know. I remember I learned that about him back in the first year of college, but it kind of hasn't come up since then.
That's good that it hasn't come up.
Yeah.
I didn't even suspect that about him, which means he must be very good.
I don't know.
Or really, he's either very mysterious and alluring, or very bad and wants to forget about it.
I mean, he always seemed to kind of have a decent knowledge base of it. Like when he talks about that kind of stuff, he seems to kind of know what he's talking about. But obviously, I've never seen him fight, so I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
Gong.
We all need to team up with our 4 months of collective experience and fight Theo to test his strength.
Can Genrebot take down Theo? Find out in one of our upcoming specials.
We're thinking about starting a YouTube channel. If that's not on there, I will lose faith in you guys.
Theo, if you're listening, get yourself ready.
We challenge you.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Genrebot, the group writing machine. We're the podcast that takes 3 original characters, brainstorms. Oh, we pick a genre first. We take 3 original characters, and then we brainstorm a 3-act story. My name is Vic, your host for today, and it's weird being around people since I spent the last 30 years atop a mountain with only my staff and a bowl of rice. We talked about this. Andrew's next.
Oh, right. I was waiting. I was waiting for Adam.
I heard you doing footsteps or something. Like you were running up to the mic. I thought you had an action-based bit.
I thought that somebody was just clumping downstairs.
Look, if you were gonna make a ninja joke, they're not seen. You can we can't see you, so you're already pretty much a ninja.
Okay, but I'm Andrew, and if you hear a thunder sound in the background, it's not a storm. It's just my fist.
and I'm Adam. Make sure you're fast as lightning.
Our genre for this week is martial arts movies.
Wow.
What kind of... Oh, it's a gong. I'll just put in a gong, you guys.
Yeah. This one I chose because we haven't really done... we've had, characters with weapons, but we haven't really had any fighters per se, and we certainly haven't had any stories that are fight driven. And
it's a little tough to do with our format.
Yeah, kind of. But our description of this, or my description anyway, is really it's just a movie that relies very heavily on the main character's knowledge of martial arts, whether it be a driving part of the plot or it's just something that takes up most of the screen time. So the movie's either about fighting or it just involves a lot of fighting. Here are some examples. There are numerous examples out there. A lot of them you probably haven't heard of. It's a very popular genre of like foreign film, particularly like like Japan and stuff like that.
Also Bollywood movies, but not as professionally.
But here's examples: Enter the Dragon, Seven Samurai, and then here's a bunch that we'll know: Kill Bill, The Karate Kid, The Matrix, 300, and then Kung Fu Panda actually does fit. And
wait, 300?
300.
It's martial arts. It's not like physical.
You could even argue like Gladiator and Troy. Like martial arts is not just like hand to hand. It's also like the art of it's sword and shield.
Like martial law. Martial is a word that just means military or fighting.
Yeah.
All right, if we're doing that definition, cool.
I would say when people talk about martial arts films, they don't really think
talk about 300.
They don't really think in the literal sense.
Well, here's another funny one. I was looking this up, and a couple of them came up that kind of made me scratch my chin a little bit. Like, what's up with this one? Batman Begins. Literally,
that
no
works.
other Batman movie in existence, but Batman Begins is actually very heavily based on his training and learning how to fight and the mentality behind how he fights. So
I'd also like to throw in Balls of Fury.
Okay. I mean,
I would also throw in Netflix's Daredevil.
Not a movie, but okay. I will allow Balls of Fury on the grounds that the main character is obsessed with Def Leppard.
And it's a ping pong story that mirrors Enter the Dragon.
Yes. So,
like shot for shot.
So
okay.
So what's
I just stuck my fourth digit on my right hand through a Scotch tape hole, and now I can't get it out.
I don't think any of us or our listeners are surprised by that.
That's why. I was just preparing you for that.
All right. So, before we go on, here's something we haven't really done in a while. What's our experience with this? How many fighting movies have you guys seen? Andrew, you first.
I was going to say, well, I took about a month of judo at the YMCA.
We've done that.
Just the movie.
But I don't really watch too many movies. Why am I on this show? But no. Well, martial arts is certainly a kind of genre that I'm interested in. Like, I love Kill Bill. That's easily in my top 10 favorite movies.
Of the 10 you've seen.
Yes. And I'm counting those both as one movie.
I like a lot of the martial arts movies. I'm like a big fan of The Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan. I was watching some of that recently. Good stuff on Netflix now. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon's another one of my big favorites, just because of there's a whole that genre of film and that genre of action is a whole different family of stuff than this stuff.
I gave my
things we see over here.
I gave my example list a one dragon limit.
Fair enough.
Adam's example list in any genre has a one dragon minimum.
Yeah, you have Enter the Dragon, Dragon's Heart, which is a Y. Okay,
there are a lot.
Enough about dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the first Kung Fu Panda movie. That was pretty alright.
It's not bad.
And I'm counting Daredevil because he does fight ninjas for like a whole season collectively.
Again, not a movie, but yes, genre fits. Yes.
Doesn't matter that it's not a movie. Is this podcast called Movie Bot? I didn't think so.
Let's keep rolling.
All right,
the pun wouldn't
my
work.
experience is, I guess, pretty basic. I have seen a lot of the old school fighting movies. I've seen everything on this list. When I was growing up, I used to really get a big charge out of those kind of, like The Matrix. I used to love watching the fight scenes. They were just like cinema candy to me, just because it's. First of all, it's just really impressive. Like, real fights aren't even like that. Like, everything's perfectly, like, everything's either a block or...
They are an art form.
Yeah, it's, but it's thrilling,
It's an ancient Chinese art.
I've always found them just fun, like, and I feel like if they have a good story, that's kind of just a bonus, because it's like, you can just turn it on and just mute it, and they're just fun to watch.
Everybody knows their part.
Yeah. So we're unfortunately going to have to do a story that is not
From
muted.
a faint into a slip.
That is plot driven and not muted. So So that brings us to our next segment, which is character time.
And a kicking from the hip.
Characters. We're
characters.
gonna get Andrew's character out of the way first this time.
Okay. My character is going third.
Going third. How do you spell that? Going
Goeing.
G-U-I-N-G. No. I wanted to go last because I have two characters, and I specifically want to create conflict if one of you does a certain kind of character. I feel like it'd be more fun.
You know what? I shouldn't allow it, but I will allow it. But you know what? Can you go second?
Sure. I'll compromise, yeah.
Let's see what Adam says, and I'll ask you again. Adam, you're first.
Yay!
Hey!
Just what I always wanted. So my character's name is... Oh, this is written in a different language. Hang on. Her name is Jin Mei Lin. Which I should probably send to you guys.
Probably.
I like the rhyme.
I spelled it just phonetically.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
not phonetically.
Go ahead and...
So Jin Mei Lin is probably about 18 or so, and she is a... Oh, I never really have a noun for her. She's a girl.
Wow.
So,
I just got some great ominous lightning.
You've written some layered characters before, but
I have a backstory for her.
You were afraid that I was going to ruin the episode.
I gotta say, man, this is wow. I don't know what to do with that. It's like you wrote the whole episode for us, man.
So Jin Mei Lin is a member of a Chinese family known as Jinto Jing. Jinto Jing? Or is it Jinto Jin?
Which is Chinese for the superhero team of the Silver Scarves.
So
No.
I'm gonna
think of something fast enough.
assume that some research went into this.
A little bit, and just the names.
No,
You see,
Adam's fluent in Sichuan Chinese.
Yeah, you see her
Specific
brother,
dialect.
Jin Tao, is the current head of the family. And he got to that position through nefarious means. Her father was a noble dignitary of their house, and her father was joking with a friend of his about how, she's kind of very strong, very talented, shows a lot of potential, and he made the joke of that, maybe she'll be the head of the family someday instead of her older brother, which then Jin Tao overheard and was not a big fan of it. So he affiliated himself with the Triads. And through a series of events, toppled his house, assassinated his father with the 50 Fists, is what this clan was going by.
The 50 Fists was a clan in the Triads.
A group of kind of assassins in the Triads.
Triads, founded 17th century, years active, 17th century through present.
Yep.
Oh,
And,
worldwide
yeah.
Chinatowns.
So,
I wonder if they're in Philly.
And,
Let's not release this episode, guys.
So Mei Lin was, when she found out by her brother's treachery, she kind of fled, and she is now in search of either the abilities to or companions to help take her family name back.
Reclaiming her family.
Interesting.
Household.
Yep, and she fights specifically. The weapon that she's most adept with is the rope dart. Have you guys ever seen the rope dart before?
You
is
know
that
what?
from Ninja Assassin?
I could understand how either
No.
of those things would function
Maybe.
martially separately. But what is a rope dart?
Is it?
Imagine like a ribbon dagger, and you like kind of dance and wrap it around your legs, and as it goes in different directions and slices people.
Oh,
That's
okay. So it's like a ribbon dagger, but it's a rope dart.
So kind of like the thing that the dude uses in Ninja Assassin.
A little bit, yeah.
That's like
It's
a knife
probably
on a
about the
chain,
same thing.
right?
Okay. Cool.
A ribbon dagger is a thing. I don't know if it's a real life thing or what, but it's like it's a knife with a ribbon tied that you can swing around like Scorpion.
Yeah.
Get over here.
I didn't get to.
Scorpion probably has a rope dart.
I didn't.
No, that's a chart.
I didn't get to.
Chain.
I didn't get to tell my Soul Calibur story, but fun fact: I played a lot of fighting games growing up. There's one kind of weapon that you can use that is basically like a sword that's broken up into sections and then has a chain running through it, and it locks into place, so it could kind of function like a sword, or you can like loosen it so that it basically whips around like a whip.
That's a
cool.
terrible sword.
Yeah, cool, but I don't know like how logistic it is.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work in the real
all
world.
the cool weapons.
But it's
Yeah.
Oh, I like Highlander. That's kind of martial arts.
Maybe a little.
In the looser definition we talked about earlier, where it's sword fighting.
Yeah, okay. I guess maybe.
Wouldn't that be swashbuckling?
Swashbuckling. You know
No,
what? I would argue that
I don't know, and I'm tired of arguing about it. Let's move on to whoever's character's next.
You are next.
I think there's an overlap there. I could go if Andrew still doesn't feel comfortable going. Or are you cool with it, Andrew?
I'm leaning towards my non-deraily character, but you go ahead.
Okay.
Patience is a virtue.
So I tried to make something a little more fun, not be too like hardcore with it. My guy's name is Reggie Fontaine. He is a 23-year-old dropout that works in a pizza shop in the heart of Philadelphia. I decided to make this one close to home.
Hooray! I'll find him.
He is, kind of just a loser type guy. He's got like long hair, and he just no one takes him seriously.
Do you mean like a millennial loser or like a 80s loser?
Well, I don't know what,
or like an 1800s loser.
I don't know what year we're going to be setting this, but I kind of based him off of what like you would see in the 80s movies, where it's just like do something with your life, you dumb kid. And he's like, no, man, I'm cool, man. I've got my pizza job, it's fine. But
get out of the parlor and take on an apprenticeship.
That guy stole my pizza.
But anyway, he grew up obsessed with the Rocky movies and played a lot of fighting games, like I did. So
This is an autobiographical character.
All right,
Andrew, you made like 4 students.
That is a point. I won't say if it's good. I will respectfully be silent.
All right, so he likes those Rockies.
So he spends like whatever little money and time he has actually trying to like train himself how to fight. Like he figures I played a lot of Mortal Kombat or Tekken or Street Fighter. He's like so he actually does spend like a lot of time in like the gym or in like wherever he lives, maybe apartment or whatever. And he tries real hard to like learn how to fight, but he's not actually professionally trained. So I picture it being like, he's probably in pretty good shape because he's got a lot of time on his hands to work out. And he does try real hard like to train himself, but he's not actually disciplined like a true seasoned fighter.
All right.
So
I gotcha. Any reason why he wouldn't go to like a dojo or anything like that?
Find himself.
Probably a combination of he doesn't have the money or just doesn't have the drive. Because remember, like he's just kind of, like I said, just kind of a loser. Like he just doesn't really have the motivation to do anything with his life. So
that no motivation extends to those hobbies too.
Yeah, like he's interested in it. It's like the only thing in his life he ever really was interested in, but he just has never made any steps toward like making it a serious thing in his life. But I imagine he would be like pretty decent in like a street fight. Like if someone tried to mug him, he'd probably mess him up. Just because, like I said, not many people spend as much time as he does just trying to learn how to fight.
Or look really cool doing it.
Yeah, right. So, all right, Andrew, you're up, man.
All right. I'm going with my non-derailing character for this. My derailing character was... It turns out Victor was the derailer this time. But my derailing character was going to be if somebody did like an arrogant, hot-headed rival to the protagonist, I was going to suggest another arrogant, hot-headed rival, and then we would just have a fight between arrogant, hot-headed rivals.
So kind of like that movie Never Back Down?
Let's go with that.
All right, but who did you have?
Movies. I do have Adam. Give me an ethnicity.
Asian.
Give me an ethnicity.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That
Japanese.
absolutely does not count. Okay, too easy.
Chinese.
North Korean.
Fine.
North Korean.
What do you want from us,
Yeah, we gave you
Andrew?
3.
This is a martial arts movie. We're in the family. We're in the part of the world that you go to for this stuff. Okay?
Okay.
He's Hawaiian.
No,
What do you
I
want?
already did Korean.
Okay.
Okay.
South, please.
Sure.
Be South? Okay.
Thank you.
Could be pre north-south split, depending on whether or not where we're setting this. All right. So my character's name, and let me check if I'm pronouncing this right. Amuge. So Amugae, romanization.
Amuge.
Interesting
Okay.
name.
Amunge. He is a Korean man who long ago ran off into the wilderness and learned a new and potent form of martial arts from the deceased spirit of a great warrior. Years ago, he returned to the material plane. He cannot remember having any name but Amunge, which roughly translates to so-and-so in Korean. Since returning to the civilized world, he has begun taking on students to teach his new form of arts. He has gone very far in his travels and is not as young as he used to be. And then under here, under the subheadings, I have some sort of, stick from Daredevil. Stick.
Okay, so he's Korean. He went into the wilderness to learn from a mystical being how to fight.
A forgotten form of martial arts?
Yes. Or
Neat.
or just like he had a religious experience. It depends on how realistic we want this to be.
All right, we need to name it. Needs a name.
What needs a name?
Type something else into your translator.
What about just Amunge? Just his name. Like, he named it, he named the art, and it's the same thing.
Why don't we call it Amung Fu?
No, that's Adam. You're being racist. That's
Wouldn't it be like something?
Turn in your
kata?
badge.
Wouldn't it be like Amuge Kata?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know what? I'm not that familiar with. Is kata Korean?
Now look, Andrew. If you're gonna
Look,
shout racist at me, and then you're like, I don't know, who knows?
All right, well,
that could be it.
Let's put our.
Look,
let's
we're
put our,
both ignorant. We're both ignorant, but I don't try not to be.
Like I'm going to put a disclaimer right now on this episode
Nobody's
and
racist.
say that we are a little bit out of our knowledge area because none of us have been to that part of the world or know anything about. Adam at least did some research on terminology and stuff and whatever, and it looked So let's try to I made a white guy because it's you know what, that's what I got. I don't want to
Our understanding of martial arts is going to be from an '80s perspective, like our Native American bit in an '80s action sequel.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, just kind of. Ooh, this is what you're doing, right, guys? Right? Do we have it good?
Kata is Japanese. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I think
All right.
Whatever,
That's
fine.
That's different.
Amunge, you know what? He's a man of the world. Amunge Kata. Whatever.
Whatever.
All right, it's great.
Cool.
Okay, so
We got our characters. That means it's story time. Now we're gonna take these 3 characters and we're gonna throw them into a little story of ours. So we're going to need actually, the funny thing is, I didn't get into this with my description, but there tends to be kind of a format to these, especially the very classic, the go-to examples. There's always one main character. There's always the guru character, someone who is really good at martial arts and teaches the main character. And then there's always a rival, and there's
always a rival.
What's that?
Always a rival.
Okay, there's very commonly some kind of rival, and then there's and then most of the time there's a love interest.
Sometimes he fights his feelings.
Okay, I'm gonna. I just see this in front of me, so I'm just gonna say it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Amuge, right?
Amuge.
That's his name?
Amunge. I didn't type the N the first time.
Oh, okay, I
Alright,
gotcha.
Amunge trains Reggie. They encounter Mei Lin. They face off against the dragon, the number 2 to Tao, who is a rival, and they eventually combat Tao.
I think, yeah, we actually have that's actually kind of what I was ramping up to here, is we kind of wrote in all of the pieces already. We've got,
we just got
we've got the rival, we've got, 2 fighters that may or may not end up.
We've got the grizzled mentor.
What? That you broke up. What?
Oh, I said we got the grizzled mentor. Sorry, you guys are getting kind of fuzzy because there was a storm outside caused by my fists, and...
Okay, but yeah, now the only issue I see here is that we are geographically in 3 different places. Mei Lin is in China, Amunge is in Korea, and...
But I explicitly said that he has traveled far, so he can be anywhere.
Right. He's the easy one to pull out, but Reggie's in Philadelphia, so how do we get him out of there?
I have an idea.
I think I know where you're going.
I say that we start off the film focusing on Mei Lin, but we don't give her backstory. What we do is we have her be in Philadelphia, but very obviously kind of out of her element. And what could happen is she maybe is like seeking out Amunge because she knows that he could teach her. And what could maybe happen is Reggie could like run into her. Like maybe she goes into the pizza shop just for like food or something, and there's like just some normal random interaction between the two of them. But then like later maybe Reggie's like going home and sees her like walking down towards like the dojo or whatever, and maybe that's when we get to see like that street fight moment I was talking about, where like somebody tries to mug her, so he shows up, and I don't know. I'm just completely just making this up as I go here.
Yeah, you're following like you're hopping right in those rails and like seeing, all right, the mugger shows up, but then she shows off her powers of rope dagger.
I was thinking we make Reggie. That's where my brain was going. He's more the protagonist, and Amunge is seeking him out because he's some sort of chosen one. We can change that. That's a little lame. And then like Mei Lin is kind of on the side, or like
there's an interesting
quest.
triangle there of Mei Lin wants to find Amunge, and Amunge wants to find Reggie.
Well,
we're relying on Google Translate for that pronunciation.
Actually,
by the way. That could be wrong.
I think I'm more interested in Mei Lin wants to find Amunge, and Reggie just likes Mei Lin and wants to follow her around. But when he finds out that she's seeking out this mentor for fighting, he has to face the fact that like he's been avoiding it for so long. He's like, oh, I don't know, man. That's like, I just trained myself, and she could kind of motivate him. Like, well,
oh, really? You trained yourself?
Yeah, and that could be a funny moment. Like oh, okay, fine. Then why don't you hit me? I'm not gonna hit a girl, man. It's not cool. Like, oh, what? Are you afraid? You afraid I'll beat you up? That whole thing can happen. And
who's your sensei? YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is a good opportunity for, I'm glad that we're following like a traditional story here, but this little scene here, let's try and subvert it a little bit. That scenario of, oh, you want to hit a girl, that her and him, they have some kind of spar type thing. How would that go? In like if you were doing this in a new Hollywood way?
I think it would be cool if he plays it off all like, yeah, I'm not going to fight you, that's not cool, but then like, she provokes him, but then he actually like does pretty well. Like actually gets in a few solid hits, and then she looks really surprised because like, oh snap, and then because that could be her motivation for trying to convince him to train with her because she figures she could use his help.
Or something like initially he shows that off, but then eventually she kind of sees through it and she's like, wait, you're just mimicking what you see. You're not. There's no real kind of like energy behind what you're doing.
Well, what I'm thinking.
Okay, what if they fight on a playground and Wake Me Up Inside is playing, and Reggie is Ben Affleck?
Well, no, because that wasn't so much of a fight as it was just like dancing, and then they're on a seesaw, and it's like what? But no, I think it would be cool if he ends up like, well, because he'd probably be thrilled for the chance to finally fight. So like, well, I mean, she is kind of making me, so he kind of like goes all out. Catches her off guard, but then I feel like we have to have that moment where she like lashes back and takes him apart.
Yeah, there's definitely like I'm saying, training versus no training.
Yeah.
Training always wins.
But I think it would be important to establish that, like, this guy just seems like a loser, but has potential.
I got it. Something like think of it this way. What if Reggie has previously, earlier in the timeline here, met Amunge and learned something from him? Maybe he just thought he was like a bum at a bar or something like that, and he's in this spar with her. He shows off this move which catches her off guard.
Ooh, maybe
okay.
maybe I have an idea. Maybe while she's in the pizza shop, he's like, I don't know, maybe he's on like a flat grill with like two spatulas, and he's like flipping around and like doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and then suddenly he starts like making weird like video game sounds like "Hiya!" like, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And then suddenly he does something. But then suddenly he does something really impressive. Like starts like I don't know, what would be something martial arty? Like maybe
some sort of movement.
Like someone drops something and he like does some kind of like graceful move to like catch it or something, and it just shows that he has good reflexes.
It's a little more Spider-Man-y than martial arty.
I'm trying to think. I want there to be something funny that he does while he's in the pizza shop that shows that he knows something about martial arts.
Good point. While balancing on his feet, he does something with his legs.
Bouncing on your feet is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of do it all the time.
But my brother's been trying to do handstands for a while now, and he thinks it's the coolest thing, man.
Ooh, I've got an idea.
We were hanging out with him all weekend. He kept trying to do that. We gotta tell him to stop.
Maybe somebody tries to
intervention.
Maybe somebody tries to run out of the pizza shop without paying, and he like throws one of the flat spatulas across the room, and it like sticks in the wall right by the door. And he's like,
something like
I wouldn't
that.
do that, man. Like,
and she inspects it, and she's like, "This isn't balanced." Like, they're supposed to. That's balancing knives do this. This is just a spatula.
Maybe that could be something that Amunge taught him, like how to throw something that's not balanced.
Amunge definitely taught him something. Let's rewind a bit and say, what scenario did he meet Amunge? And
I was thinking just like in a bar, and Amunge was kind of like a couple drinks in, and he's like, "All right, look, you like karate movies? I'll show you a karate movie. All right, you see this? Just like throw it into a wall. You'll do it every time. Don't worry."
Amunge could be a regular at the pizza place.
Or that.
Actually,
maybe he
I
likes
like
pizza.
that. I like that one. He comes in regularly.
Maybe he likes pizza. Maybe he's raising 4 humanoid turtles in the sewers.
But anyway, it's like,
Wait.
Mei Lin would be like so like flustered by that. It's like, I've been searching the world for you, and you're here at this pizza place.
Wait,
He just walks in like, "Yo, Reggie, yo, Amunge, what's going on, man?"
I actually have a pretty funny idea. What if Amunge works there? What?
He works in the back though.
No. I mean, like he's the my first part-time job was in a pizza shop, and out of all the food that they make, making the pizzas is usually a privileged thing because it's like, well, that's your main thing. You got to do it right. You have to be somebody that the owner trusts to do it right, follow the recipe, et cetera, et cetera. And so maybe he's.
Hang on, wait. What's the recipe? How the intense art of pizza crafting?
Well, it's usually the
Zen Tao is after the ancient pizza recipe.
It's usually the sauce and the dough. Like they make them from scratch, and there is kind of a nuance to that. But
okay. Is it cheese, pepperoni, sauce, bread? No. Wait, no. Bread, sauce, pepperoni, cheese.
Hey,
my god, I'm podcasting with 2 Italians.
Not all pizza tastes the same. There is a nuance to making pizza.
Hey, my mama makes the best pizza in the Philadelphia suburbs. No, you're a liar. My mama makes the best pizza. Da.
Wait, bed, SpongeBob, bed, sheet, pillow.
Mattress, SpongeBob, then sheets, pillow.
Let me tell you something about my mom's pierogies. They're okay.
All right.
But
yes, no, I get you. Yeah, so he I actually like that idea. He actually works there, and in downtime, he's teaching him cool secret kung fu maneuvers.
That explains why Mei Lin would come in. And that would be hilarious. She'd be like, "Oh, great Amunge, I've come afar to find you," and he'll just be like, "You mean old Amu back there? You hey man, this girl thinks you're some kind of fight master, that could be pretty funny.
And he's just like, why did you find me?
Yeah. Where did you come from?
No, why are you here? You brought the 50 fists with you, didn't you?
Because that could be it. Because we could easily have a scene where like they're working and Amunge just comes over and he's like, you'll be able to to work faster if you learn how to balance things. Like, well, these aren't really balanced. Like, oh, it doesn't matter. And here, like, shows him like a trick. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. And then that could be
the real balance is in yourself.
Yeah. Oh man, so much gold here.
yeah, we're good stuff. But things should definitely kick off, as in bad stuff should show up, right?
Well, okay, I think we've covered a decent chunk of Act 1.
Yeah.
Act 2...
I'm saying, we need the end of Act 1 to start to put things into motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
what if...
I mean, the whole thing is that we need to take down Tao. That's the end game. That's the Act 3 thing. But they need to train. So...
I have a proposition.
Let's hear it.
What you got?
What if it's, like, sort of character-driven? Like, Mei Lin is like, oh, Reggie, I need to train with you. And Reggie's... Or no, not Reggie. My guy, Amunge. If he's like, oh, Amunge, I must train with you. And then Amunge's like, you're not ready, or whatever. Or, like, standard martial arts thing, I'm tired, I want to go home. And then Reggie's like, do you want to, like, I don't know, go on a date sometime? And Mei Lin's like, no. But then she's like, wait, I can... If he hangs out with Amunge at work all the time... maybe I can get closer through him. And she's like, okay, one date. And then it turns into a romantic comedy.
It depends on the pace. Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on the pace that we want to take this story.
I was
thinking, like, it's about time for the 50 Fists to just break into the pizza place and start fighting. But...
yeah, I was going to say the 50 Fists are a thing. Like, they should probably... because, I mean, Tao knows that she's around and knows that she's a threat. So that could be a thing, is that we kind of go the Karate Kid route of, Sensei Tao sends his cronies to go and bully, bully her in America.
There's a main 50 Fist crony, like, that'll be our dragon, our rival guy.
I want him to have, like, a memorable tattoo, like, on his chest. Like, it could be, like, a monkey. Not like a tiger or dragon, because that's a little too, like, generic. But, like... a different style of kung fu.
I was thinking definitely want something from the Chinese calendar, but something like obscure, like he's a rat.
Yeah, the rat.
Well, no, monkey is a style of kung fu, and it's on the Zodiac.
How about a horse?
All right.
Or that.
Horse is not a style of kung fu. Although it would be a great one. You just get on your...
I just think it would be
your brother
funny.
would be good at that. Your brother would be good at that, because he would, like, get on his hands and then, like, kick.
All right. Balance on his feet.
Monkey works if you want.
All right, monkey tattoo.
Monkey
the
tattoo.
Boy with the monkey tattoo. I already named it, guys.
I was thinking he's got like a headband going on, like with a mullet
no,
underneath.
Stop! It's happening again.
What? Oh no!
Is he from the mob of the monkey mullet? Is that what you were going to say, Adam?
No, I wasn't. No, I was. That was a very innocent headband. I was thinking like Street Fighter.
Okay.
Oh. God.
Relax.
Had a heart attack over here.
All right. So sorry. That was funny. All right. So okay. So they show up. Do we want? We need another set piece besides the pizza shop. Although I do love the idea.
We're about to
of
leave Act 1 and get into 1.
Okay.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, first of all, I actually think that would be pretty funny and groundbreaking if the whole thing took place in a pizza shop. But let's not do that.
Yeah. So let's talk where in Philly this pizza shop is. Like
Chinatown. Next question.
Okay, but why would Mei Lin be in the place where she knows the triads are?
It could be anywhere. I mean,
yeah, the triads show up. They found her. It doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
I guess she's like, well, I've tried every other pizza shop in the city. Might as well go to the one in Chinatown.
I think she knows that he's in the city. It's just more of a coincidence that she finally
hit
this pizza place and found
also,
him.
Chinatown is a cooler, like, aesthetic than just, like,
wait a second.
South Philly.
Does Philadelphia have a Chinatown?
Yeah. Absolutely, it has a Chinatown.
Really?
A very nice one.
Huh.
Yeah.
And she was like, I went there
we'll
last
get
because I thought it was too obvious.
All right. Well, first of all, would China? All right.
We'll get Vietnamese there. I go there all the time.
Okay, dude, Philly's a big place with so many places for pizza shops to be. Can we not have it in Chinatown? Like,
I know where you're going. It just looks cool.
I mean,
Like I said, it's a cool reversal of her being like, I thought this was too obvious.
I guess.
Yeah, I kind of like that because that covers. Like, I know what you want to say. Like, that's too stereotypical, but the way Adam's like playing it is kind of fun.
All right,
Hey guys,
I guess.
I think we're about to leave Philly, so it's okay.
Well, actually, what if
Yeah, I was saying like the surrounding area. That's why I asked.
Well, what could happen is Amunge trained in the wilderness, so maybe what he says is like, okay, I will train you on one condition, and she'll be like, what? And he's like, he must join us. And he'll be like...
Something like, he's too much of a liability. Tao wants to get this super mystical, like, new katas out of me.
Actually,
but he's the only other person that knows this.
Well, I actually was thinking more just as on a personal level, like, he likes the kid and wants him to do something with his life. So he's like, I'll only do this if you do this with me. Like, I want you to...
He sees the potential in him?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
maybe a little of both.
So that,
a little bit of both?
That could be, because I feel like that's really the only thing
like
that would
him,
get this
and besides,
character...
he knows too much.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that would get this character off his butt, so...
All right, no, that sounds good to me.
And,
Sorry,
wouldn't it be cool if he's like, we must, the only way to learn Amunge kata is to go into the wilderness. Like, yeah, well, it's Philly, so... And, cut to, they're in a car driving to some suburb outside of Philly. And
You could go to the Wissahickon.
I mean, like, you don't have to go
It's
that
a
far,
park.
but you do have to, like, go out of the city and down for a while. And
Thinking ahead here for a sec,
pretty
I'm
short
trying
drive.
to draw the line between, the house of Jinto Jin in China and we're in Philadelphia now. Are we going to bring Tao to us?
no, actually, I think what has to happen towards Act 3 is that they actually... Oh, actually, we could do the old trope of they get captured.
Oh.
Like, they get captured and taken over to China. And,
China?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Tao wants to, like, basically execute her. And that could...
Not exactly a beeline, but that is definitely a martial arts villain mindset. Come here so I can kill you.
Get over here!
Yeah. Exactly. I'm going to fly you across the world, racking up miles and, probably a lot of expenses along the way, so I can kill you myself instead of have my dragons do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like an honor thing, isn't it? And also, by the way, I thought you said he was part of some, like, prestigious family. Like, isn't money kind of not a thing?
Oh, no, you're right, but I'm saying, all right, so we're playing it straight then.
Okay, if you've seen any martial arts movies, you know the villain would totally do that.
Yeah, okay, no, I'm just trying to get it right. If we're playing that straight, that's cool. The immediate subversion in my mind is, like, why would I do that?
The only reason that...
I got a gun up in my room. Give me 5 seconds.
Come down, we'll shoot him. Bam.
Shoot him.
Do it together, it'll be fun. No, but I think the only other reason I can see them going over there is if there's some kind of fighting tournament, which I'm not really all about with this.
No.
Like, because otherwise it's like they're not going to go,
Knead the dough, spread the sauce, cut the pepperoni.
Or, here's a third option. Third option is he does something to convince her to come back home, and she does it, like, makes the sacrifice, and then Reggie ends up surprising her and showing up over there, like, to help her. But that, again, another bit of a trope, but, like,
it could be...
I'm all for them being captured, because I don't think Tao will realize that they have been training and will actually do, like, pretty good. Pretty well.
Before that, though, there has to be something more that they do with this dragon guy, who we should name. We should name the head of the fists. Tao's number 2.
Let's just do a Chinese word for monkey.
Yeah,
Or,
that's actually...
In the English translation, that'll fly.
all right, what do you got, Andrew?
English to Chinese. Here we go. I got this. Monkey. Oh, it's
How.
How. H-O-U.
I'm listening to the pronunciation. It sounds more like ho.
Ho.
How
let's call
is
it how.
fine.
Yes. Let's Americanize it and call him How.
Ho. I can't imitate this Google
Reggie's
Translate lady.
Reggie's gonna have a lot of fun with that one too.
How's on first?
Your name is Ho. How? Ho?
Who is this guy? How? No, who is this guy?
I'm me. No, you. Yes, me.
Come on, man. Don't act like English is that hard. It's who. Long O.
Shout out to Rush Hour, also a wonderful martial arts movie.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Okay, but yeah, so what I'm saying is that, all right, should, instead of going to the wilderness outside of Philly, instead they just go to China, like, as their next step, spend Act 2 in China?
Or maybe they come up with all kinds of wacky ways to train, like, in the back of the pizza shop. with random...
Andrew, you improv something, like, just a minute ago.
When I said the Wissahican?
I know.
About I keep forgetting
pizza,
how to pronounce it.
Was it pizza wax on, wax off?
Oh, yeah. I was like,
sauce.
Knead the dough, spread the sauce, cut the pepperoni. That's what I said. But that was a joke. I kind of want him to go to China also. I think that's a better threshold.
Oh, dude. He throws a handful of pepperoni in the air, and he has to throw, like, a bunch of throwing knives and pin them all against the wall.
Can Reggie have 3 radical brothers that he fights crime with?
All right, so,
Reggie definitely does machines, right?
So
I'm thinking some train in Philadelphia, but we got to get to China soon. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no,
right?
Act 2 is going to be half training, and I think there's got to be kind of like some cutting back to, you know, like what's Tao up to, what's he thinking, what's he plotting. Have Hao show up a few times. They have to fight him off. I think
you're right.
The first time they fight, it doesn't go super well, and maybe Amunge steps in and helps him out, kind of Mr. Miyagi style, and that tells. So then they tell Tao, like, oh, they have help from Amunge, and that could be a whole new thing because Tao might want to capture Amunge to have him train him so he can become better.
Yeah, that he can learn that secret kata.
Yeah. So, and he figures maybe if he captures them too, then they could be leveraged. Like, you know, you will teach me or I will have them killed or something like that.
It's the perfect scenario, yes.
When you think about it, it's not a great plan because it's like, I'm going to put myself in a room alone with the greatest martial arts master in the world and I'll be completely unarmed.
That's true. Let's make this smarter.
And then I'll antagonize him.
Oh, well, as soon as you put a gun to one of their heads, then that's all the leverage you need.
He has bodyguards. You know, like...
Yeah, but how good are those bodyguards going to be?
Guns?
This is a heightened reality.
Andrew.
This is a heightened reality.
Guns.
Where,
50 fists.
Guns.
This is a heightened reality where, however cool the martial art is, it can beat guns.
Okay, but look, like...
You know how many kung fu masters it takes to make 50 fists?
He can cut the bullet in half with his hand or some nonsense.
Like, there's a funny quote from American Dad where Steve asks his dad, like, 25. Hey, can you... You know, you're in the CIA. Don't they like teach you karate or something? Like, couldn't you like teach me some of that? And he just goes, "Son, let me teach you a very important lesson about karate." And he just slams his handgun on the table. He just goes, "Guns beat karate every time." Good talk. So,
yeah, but that is
true.
Except in this reality, where the only thing that beats guns is a moon kata.
So basically equilibrium. Yeah. So we're basically making equilibrium again.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no, Jin Tao, he like that's what he maybe that's why he wants to learn this method because it's the one thing that can beat guns.
All right, this movie has to end with Reggie like delivering the final blow to Tao, and it needs to be a pizza reference. Like something about that moment needs to be like referenced.
I'm going to cut you into 8 equal pieces.
Yeah, he cuts him into 8 equal pieces.
It has to be some joke about 30 minutes or less.
You know what, Adam? Let's just take a break and let Victor brainstorm this. I don't feel like putting the energy into coming up with a pizza martial arts pun.
We've got some more movie to get through first.
I would love a 5-minute limit. Come up with as many lame pizza jokes for fighting movies as you can. Activity.
Okay, 5-minute limit. Victor exclusive segment. Adam, I'm going to take a nap. I suggest you join me in spirit.
But I want to do this. What makes you think I don't want to do this?
Go for it.
All right,
Go
2
for it,
minutes.
Gal
Go.
Pal.
2
Leave me
minutes?
asleep.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, go. Okay, so 30 minutes or less, that'll be, like, you know, he like, you know, something about, like, do you know how long I've worked to get where I am? And he'll just be like, hey, you know, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that anything great takes 30 minutes or less, or something like
He slices them open and says, extra sauce.
let's see.
Oh, no, I forgot to wear pants to class, and there's
cheese
puns all
grating.
over my legs.
Cheese grating, you got nothing like that?
Throwing he'll throw like a bunch of throwing knives on him and be like, looks like someone ordered some extra toppings.
Yeah, no. He's spinning the dough, and he, nope.
Something about spinning the dough. Ooh, I got it. It's time for some justice. By the slice, and cuts him open.
That's cool. By the slice is pretty good. Something about him throwing like nothing.
Man, you started off so strong.
Yeah, I was trying to connect the dots to get to Hawaiian style.
But
there's nothing there.
Let's see.
Okay.
Something about the sauce.
We got sauce. We got pepperoni.
Maybe something about. Oh man. You know what? We're running out of steam.
Yeah, we're just about the end here. One more should bring it
One
home.
more.
One more.
Something about. Maybe something about stuffed crust, like I've got it. He kicks him off a balcony into a pool and makes a comment about deep dish.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Orego no.
Okay, all right, we're ending on that one.
All right, we're done.
Andrew, we did it.
I had a terrible nightmare where I had to give a presentation, but instead of pants, I put on puns.
So okay, all right.
So
Let's get to those pizza-based finale moves, and and we know that at the end of the second of the act they get captured. Let's just draw everyone's arc, and then we should be good.
Yeah, I mean
What if he throws bagel bites what if he throws bagel bites like shuriken? Like
Andrew, you stepped
fake
out. You were out of here, Andrew.
Yeah, man, you had your
You
chance.
bowed out.
We invited you, and you RSVP'd no.
Yeah,
But that's not a
Orego,
pun,
no.
it's an idea.
Okay,
An idea is our bulletproof.
Maylin, she starts this off by wanting to find a Moonge and learning his methods of his special martial arts. Instead, she ends up training beside Reggie in a crappy pizza joint in Philadelphia, and she learns that, hey, maybe I shouldn't take this too seriously. Is that her lesson here? Her family is kind of at risk here. She's trying to get revenge on her brother who killed her parent. So, what's there for her to go through?
I think
Reggie's dead. Go ahead.
I think it has to end with Tao being killed by the two of them, and then she decides to take over the company, but wants to have fun with it, or converts it into a new Chinese pizza chain and invites Reggie to be a partner. And they.
Oh wait, do you mean a pizza chain in China or a Chinese pizza chain?
No, it's a pizza shop chain that opens in China, like a pizza shop.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if they can do that, but sure, why not?
Reggie is definitely going to. He needs a little bit more here, because he's like, oh, he was lazy, and then he stops being lazy because blank.
Well, he's going to end by saying hey, this is the most I've ever accomplished. Because that's his big thing, is that he's lazy and he kind of doesn't have any self-worth, And
hang on. No self-worth. Earlier when what do we call him? Hal, like, defeats him and stuff like that, that really kind of puts him off. That really, maybe what he needed under, like, the flame under him needed to be a rival of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Needed someone to kind of push his buttons to, because he's been lazy, but he's never been, like, fully challenged in that way.
Yeah.
So his own personal vendetta is not so much against Tao, it's against Hal.
Yeah.
I could almost see in the finale a two-way fight going on.
Oh, yeah, where she's fighting her brother, and, okay, all the lame pizza puns are actually him fighting Hal. That is better, you're right. That is much better. Because he finally does it. He beats him, and he's like, wow, I did something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we need kind of more stakes winding up to that finale. Do we want... Okay, open up the trope box. Is Amunge going to die at the hands of Tao?
Sure. Yay.
No, actually, I kind of like the idea of him just, like, at the end, just kind of saying, like, my work here is done, and mysteriously just vanishing.
Yeah, time to find the next pizza
Yeah,
place.
exactly. And if we do a sequel, it would just be new characters, but with Amunge, again, being, like, the random mailman or something.
Yeah. It's like the new Karate Kid.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of him dying, because then the art of Amunge Kata dies with him, because how much do Reggie and Mei Lin know? Not much. It's like Greek fire. It'll, like, become something that we learned but then forgot. And it's kind of the spirits making up for, like, it's Zeus. It's like a reverse Prometheus move.
But I want the movie to be focused on, like, just being fun. And I don't know if I want that to happen.
We've had some fun. The thing about that is that if the end goal is, Amunge Kata is forgotten, then that kind of means Tao won and they didn't learn anything in their training.
Yeah. Like,
they learned a lot, but not, like, a master level.
Oh, and that can even be a thing
enough.
too, where he's like, I may be master of Amunge Kata, but what I really love to do is make pizza. And he's like, about to go back to the States, back to the pizza shop. And maybe that's when she's like, no, you can do that here because we're opening our own pizza shop. I don't know why I want this to happen so bad.
I was going to say it was more of like him saying, like, oh, look, I taught you all the basics you need to know. The rest, you can practice together.
Yeah.
Like, you can build off this on your own. And the Amunge Kata is not... I call it that because it's my kata.
Right.
But, it can become Mei Lin Kata. It can become Reggie Kata.
Everyone has kata. You have kata.
We're getting increasingly Disney with this.
No, like I said, I like the idea of him just kind of disappearing because it's like, my work here is done. I don't really want to.
You know what's really not Disney is if the mentor dies.
Well,
totally not.
We can have faux mentor death. How's that sound?
That's worse than wounded. That's worse than no mentor death.
Okay, then no mentor death. Is
right,
that better?
Fine. I'm outvoted.
Yeah, I mean, mentors die all the time.
It's just...
And it's always great.
I don't know why. This time, I'm just not feeling it. I just don't feel him dying. I think it's funnier if he doesn't. I don't mean, like, funny that he's not dead. I mean, like, the movie is a lighthearted movie, and there could maybe be a scene where, like, they think he's going to, and have that, like, faux melodrama.
Master Oogway dies in Kung Fu Panda. That's a lighthearted movie.
Yeah, but they don't really have you.
I don't know why I'm fighting still. It's because I can't quit.
You're like backed up against the wall. You ran to the corner of the room and you put your back against the wall and you're like, no, he must die.
Now I only need to defend myself from two sides. Then you guys are like, but you forgot about the ceiling, and Adam drops down.
All right, guys. I'll be honest. Well, actually, you know what? We have one more thing to decide, and then we're ready to name it.
What's that last thing that you have?
Like, right before the credits, what do we see? Like, how does this all end? What is the note that we end on?
They have a pizza shop, and then they have puppies.
Pizza. They're training on the roof of the pizza shop in the sunset.
Not bad.
There's a pagoda in the background for some reason.
I mean, are you guys actually going? Are you guys actually like into the idea now of them doing the pizza shop?
Well, you've been selling it pretty hard.
It's okay. Although I kind of want Amunge to in the next movie have a different fast food fascination.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm all for that.
No, I want this to be his pizza journey.
Yeah.
After that,
and they all and it'll change. Like the next one.
Next one's tacos.
Yeah. Next one it'll be like something really random, like a Dairy Queen or something.
I've been alive for 300 years, and this is the finest pizza shop.
What's the state of the House of Jinto Jin? Oh, where are they off to?
It'll be the House of Jin Mei Lin. Or no, Jin. I don't know.
Jinto Jin is the like the arc.
Well, whatever they made their money doing is now pizza.
All right, and the 50 fists are all thwarted. Oh, hang on, that's one last thing that we missed. There are 50 fists, and we defeat Hao at the end. But what about the other 25 fists?
I don't know. I mean, there could be like a big fight scene where they have to fight a bunch of them, but I feel like there would be like a big showdown between Hao and Reggie. And
we get the showdown. I guess rather, what's Amunge's place in the finale?
He perhaps maybe that's the first time we see him actually fight. Like maybe that's the first time he just unleashes and takes all of them apart. It's like he's like, whoa.
He fights with he fights the 50
like,
fists.
You're not all talk.
Like all of them.
Just completely.
But in a way that he gets like super tired out and wounded and like unable to.
Yeah, that can be that scene where it's like, oh no, man, you can't die. It's like I'm just tired.
But Andrew's like, Andrew, do you have any way to remedy that a little bit? Anything that you want to make that less cliche besides just him like actually dying?
I think the cliche thing would be him showing his ability early on. I think the fact that we wait till the very end is kind of a surprise because by now you figure, if he hasn't, then he's not going to now.
Yeah, that works, and it's got to be really cool. Like, like a cooler, like a more relaxed and like practiced version of the church fight in Kingsman. Like he just it's just like a single shot that he just like floors like really 50 dudes with.
Is Kung Fu the one that's actually designed to only be defensive, where you just use your opponent's momentum against them?
That sounds like Kung Fu. Most martial arts from Eastern practices is like non-offensive.
Yeah, there's one though that notoriously is just completely based on that. I don't remember which one it is, but that would be pretty funny if he just kind of stands there, like his eyes like not even open. And he just like they attack him, and he just like effortlessly like makes them just fall.
A cool scene's in the another cool scene that comes to mind is in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There's a scene in a dojo where all these weapons are on the wall. And one person fights with a sword, the other person fights with, like, each one of the weapons in turn. Like, really cool stuff. Like, seeing... Because you can do Kung Fu all day long, just hand-to-hand combat style stuff. But, like, seeing a bunch of the different, like, kind of beautiful and unique weapons is always cool.
All right, guys.
So it could be maybe a bunch of the 50 Fists have different weapons, and he's able to disarm them and use them against other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff like that. And yes...
And we have a movie.
Hey!
Yay!
And I cheated, and I actually have an idea for a name, but if you don't like it, then we'll have to do our 5-minute limit.
Is it the House of Jinto Jin?
Nope.
Or the American translation of that?
It is...
this is going to be bad.
Pizza Chop.
Pizza Chop?
Yeah, like Pizza Shop.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, like Pizza Shop.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's definitely a very easy pun here, but I don't think that's it.
Well, whatever the name is, it has to be : Justice by the Slice.
I was going to say Pizza Slice.
See, that is a clunkier version of what I did.
Pizza Chop? Chop is so much clunkier than Slice.
But Pizza Slice is...
Guys, we've been at this for 5 minutes. We're calling it Pizza Chop.
No. We haven't. It's been like 30. Wait, it's been about a minute. All right, so
it's 1 minute.
Right, let's keep going. Okay.
A pizza kung fu pun is definitely the one of
the way to go. Yeah.
Is it though?
If it's not, then
is it though?
I mean, that's what the movie became. If you have a better idea, let's hear it.
Oh well, let's call it Italian style.
That's not bad.
Oh yeah, like tiger style and like manta style, but Italian style, and it's like
Yeah.
Pepperoni.
pizza.
Ooh, I don't know.
Extra cheese.
Don't
Extra
discount.
cheese because it's so cheesy.
Extra cheese is not the worst idea. What's just a very basic about
Hold this.
something about delivery?
Something about
Justice delivery. No.
takeout.
Take
Uh,
out
toppings. Toppings.
take
is
out
something.
menu.
I don't believe you guys.
Wow, I never thought I'd see this day.
Oh, Andrew, are you flustered?
Oh, Andrew, are we being too ridiculous for you?
Yes,
Are you not happy with the direction that this went?
I'm not.
Sorry.
All right, fine. All right, fine.
Good.
Well, let's do Andrew's idea. Let's focus more on everything else than the pizza. How about
No. I was just playing along. I'm not mad.
Okay.
All right, then.
50.
50
let's see here.
50 slices
50
of gray.
50 fists. 50.
It's in Philadelphia, not New York. I was going to be like something about like New York style.
Brotherly love. Oh yeah. Because
what?
it's her brotherly love.
Brotherly love.
Because it's her brother, so it's ironic, and they go to Philly, which is the city of brotherly love.
That's more like a toss-away line in the movie than the title itself.
You
Okay.
are right. Yeah, that idea would not go to waste. But yeah, but brotherly love is an interesting direction to take.
Do we want to put that as like our best one, or should we get more pizza-y?
I think we're gonna try a little more pizza, but I think we're at the end of our pizza. Like
Maybe something.
our pizza
Maybe
gag.
something about delivery boy. Pizza delivery.
I'm just saying, I don't know if this pizza thing's going to bear fruit.
Justice delivery.
Ooh. Chop and slice.
Pepperoni.
Chop and slice.
No.
That sounds like a fat cop, buddy cop movie. One of them has large,
like a fat
Slices.
That's the catchy Broadway version.
Yeah.
It slices.
That's yeah, all right. Yeah, you got me there. Maybe something about how Reggie's a dropout, or like a.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Philadelphia Ninja.
Ooh. I don't know. We're not really playing up on the ninja thing though.
No, we didn't use that word.
Yeah, there's no ninjutsu in this movie.
We've got like a minute, guys.
Yeah. Crust. Something about crust. Something about overdone, well done. No,
this is
that's
amazing.
Have I made my opinion clear that the pizza thing is the wrong road to go down?
How about we just call the movie cheesy?
No.
I already said extra cheese.
Extra.
And that's cool because in the trailer it can be like extra cheese, and then he does like a cross chop move and it makes the X.
Extra.
What about something master? Referring to Amunge is like the master of something of this ancient art, and it's an ancient art that revolves around urban master.
Wait,
like,
I got it.
He's
I got
more
it.
of
I got it. Deep dish fists.
That's the best pizza combination I think there is.
I think that wins the pizza game.
Yeah, deep dish fists.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better kung fu.
Can we still have the tagline "Justice by the slice"?
Yes.
I kind of like better ingredients, better pizza, better kung fu.
No, because that's saying that like Papa John is like the. I don't think they're the best pizza.
They can sponsor it.
All right, fine. If this becomes a for real movie, then we will use that tagline. But until then,
I will compromise and say that could be one of Amunge's nicknames, like one of his aliases they went by.
what, like deep dish fist?
Just no, Papa John.
Oh, that is great.
I didn't say how old he was, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, there
He
you go.
could be immortal. I don't really care.
That's good.
Yay!
Yay, we did it.
I forgot to recommend
Yay.
the House of Jinto Jean, right? Right? Or the American version of it, the House of the...
This is what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's the American version. It's the House of the Hazel headscarf.
Oh God.
Adam?
Oh no.
I'm leaving.
No, we did the whole episode without. Oh my God.
This is my last podcast, guys.
Oh my God.
Not coming back next week. He did it. He finally did it. I'm quitting.
You maniac.
Congratulations.
You
Congratulations,
blew it
guys.
up.
You got rid of me. It took you 35 episodes or whatever, but you got me. I'm done.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed listening to this or any of our previous episodes, because there won't be any more, leave us a review on iTunes, where you can also download our episodes. You can find us on our website, tinyurl.com/genrebot. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. You can email us at podcast.genrebot@gmail.com and other various places. Check out our website. We've got links. And that brings us to who's next? It was me. Okay, no. Adam. Hey, Adam, you get to pick our next genre, which we may or may not be doing with Andrew.
So next episode is episode 38, and if you roll back the clock,
Get Theo. He was good.
and if you roll back the clock, you'll remember episode 8. We did Shark Movie,
Yes.
which featured a pirate without any swords. And in episode 28 was Swashbuckler, which
Pirate
featured
movie!
swords, but no pirates. So for episode 38, I thought we could do a pirate movie.
Pirate movie. Wow, I can't believe we haven't done that one yet.
Yar! We came close, so many times, but we haven't, so...
You're right.
I want to.
Okay, my challenge for you is to, when you give us your examples, to not name any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I will name one of them.
Okay.
All right. So until then...
Until then, thanks for listening. Make sure that you tip your pizza guy, or he might punch you in the face.
Oh, Orego, no.
Orego, no. Orego, no, you didn't. There you go. Nailed it. Andrew really did leave. All right, guys.
Those who hide in the shadows carry the true light.